Yeah. It is social media in general where we have, everybody has to look beautiful on Instagram.
Yeah.
That has an impact on people.
So they just look weird. They look like fish. What is that weird sort of... the lip thing they do. And also the whole, I'm going to show my boobs and my bum at the same... It's very weird. It's very strange, ladies. Stop doing it. No one likes it.
And that comes from social media influencers, people that might have been on the telly, on these virtual reality programmes. And so, but that filters... But none of that would be stopped by the online harms that Ofcom are regulating. And that will have an impact on people's image, body image, anorexias you were talking about, because people want to look like these people who are genuine. Yeah. So even there's a harm that this wouldn't stop to break the chain. But you're right, it's the accessibility. And as Amanda was saying, look,
Amanda Spillman,
sorry, Amanda Spillman, and a porn magazine on the top shelf, as it used to be, was something that, might be a bit naughty, but you have to go and physically buy. Now,
it's just there.
It is an
and kids are looking in their bedrooms and things.
Yeah.
She's talking about the bullying and but again, that can happen. That can happen just with text messages, guys. We've got these group bullying. We know that that's happening at a very young age as well. But I think one of the key points you made, again, it's use of the mobile phones and social media as a distraction from life. You're sitting there looking at social media. You're not chatting with your friends. You're not at the school disco or whatever. You're not playing sport. You're not just in the park. But I don't know. You're a lot younger than I am, Charlie. But in my day, you went out. Where are you going? I'm going out on my bike. Where? Just out. Your parents didn't know where you were, frankly. They probably didn't care. Stranger danger was not the obsession these days. There was no way of contacting you or you of contacting them unless you could find a phone box or someone had a spare 10p. The world was just incredibly different. Kids were much freer. OK, were they more at risk? It seems to me kids are more at risk now when we mollycoddle them. Parents track where they are all the time. I love the number of parents I know, they track where their child is. But even when they're at school and things, and yet they don't track what their kids are looking at online. But I think kids also, well, I mean, certainly 16, 17, they deserve privacy. But the main thing for me is just that kids who are obsessed with what's going on their phone, they're looking down, they're not looking around, they're not talking to people, they're not learning how to, do life, real life.
Yeah, exactly. It's a virtual reality world that people now are obsessed by. And, you even see it in, dare I say it, if you're looking to chat someone up on a night out, you see it now. Instead of going to a pub or being on a night out and having a conversation with someone...
My mate fancies you. Do you remember that? Do you remember? My mate fancies you.
No one ever said that to me, Jim.
Oh, I'm sure they did. Fine-looking young man.
But now you see people on the phones in nightclubs or bars because that's the way of swiping left, swiping right. Do I have it?
I think
you meet people
so sad.
It is so sad. It is so sad. But I do think there can be more to be done where things are fake news online, or whether it's something that isn't, something's AI generated.
But all of that should all be an issue. And again, and the algorithms, as I said to Amanda Spillman, who's a former chief inspector at Ofsted, who's been really sensible on all of these things over the years. A lot of these algorithms, like driving people to look at self-harm and the like, and we saw, the horrific death of, Molly Russell took her own life, and her father adamantly believes that, this wouldn't have happened if she hadn't been sort of looking at these algorithms. Then you've got Esther Jai. She's been doing interviews. She's the mother of Brianna Jai, the trans child who was killed. Again, I'm not entirely sure that restrictions on social media would have made any difference to what was going on there, but might have made a difference to whether or not her son thought he was a girl. I mean, I'm not, and perhaps would have felt more able to just be open about and not, not hate their own body. And I mean, I just don't know. It just seems to me we're kind of always tackling the wrong end of the stick when social media gets blamed for everything that happens, whereas actually an awful lot. What's the problem is that social media's taken over from the stuff that parents, friends, family used to do, and that's what's being missed out on. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Do give us a call, 0344 499 1000. You can text 87222, get in touch at TalkTV as well. One of my particular concerns about this is that I don't think it will necessarily solve the issue. I think the parents who are doing it, putting their kids on social media that early, will get around it some other way, and the kids will learn how to get around it. Of course they will, but also I do just think this is just a really easy stepping stone to adults having to identify themselves on social media. And I know a lot of people think that will be the solution to abuse. I can assure you, when I get abuse on social media, most of it is from people who are quite happy to have their name on it. They've got their picture and their name. So I mean, I'm sorry, I don't think that stops it either.